Hi everyone, so in this video we'll try to design a full website from scratch to finish in 1 hour. So we'll go to design this website using Figma, our beloved Figma software, and of course we're going to be just designing this Figma website. Figma website will be like a software company designing or creating software for other clients and for other companies. So it's actually going to be the landing page and the whole website. For that, I'm going to be designing it in this video. So if you like this like design challenges or / coding challenges kind of type of videos, well, let me know. I would be very happy to make more because I love challenges. I love design or coding challenges. So this is actually the website. We got like a navigation bar, really cool looking kind of like division or section for showing what is actually Figma and what we do, and like illustrations shows what is going on and why you should choose our service, and what others are saying about us, actually like reviews from other clients that's we have worked with. So yeah, so good reviews and goodly designed reviews with carousels and like you can slideshows it, and of course more about Figma, so with good illustrations in here and what is Figma and stuff like that. So we'll go from like start to finish and try to go through the design of this website from scratch, actually with this like of course cool footer in here and everything going on, from like creating like a logo and using the logo in here actually, and into finishing up the full design in here. And after finishing actually this design, finishing everything from here, we'll take this design and create a full website. Like we will turn this design into a real world project using React. So like of course just like expect that of you obviously in the next video. So I'll be very happy to make that. And yeah, so without further ado, let's just get started. So just go ahead into Figma and let's go and create a draft. So if you don't have like a new account, you need to create an account for free and you just get started. So just get into the Figma draft files and just click on creating a new draft file. That's super simple. Afterwards, you can just like have this Figma dashboard or the design panel in here. So all the things actually happen, where all the magic happens. So if you've never used a Figma, so here actually all the design goes in, all the prototyping and everything. So yeah, this is actually the place you're going to spend most of the time doing the challenge on. So first things first, so here we got our name, so we can like go ahead and name it whatever. So I chose a name for the actual website we're going to be creating, as it's actually, I'm just going to call it Figma. And of course, as we talked about, it's actually a software company that builds software, like it's a team of developers or something that creates industrial software. So software company, and we can just go ahead and name it. It's way much better than just like leaving it entitled. Now first things first, let's go ahead and start by creating a container. So just go ahead and go to the rectangular. You can either press R, and I'm going to create a rectangular. I am going to be creating a rectangular of 1366 of width, so just choosing the right width right here. And for the height, I'm just going to scroll it all the way down because we need as much height as we need, or because it's like a page, you got a scroll bar and you can scroll over the page. So that is not a big deal, to be honest. I just wanted to use this width because it's like an HD resolution, so yeah, it looks pretty good for the designing position. And yeah, so let me just gonna like increase that a little bit because we are going to be needing a lot of height. Yes, I actually even need a little bit more. Anyhow, we will figure that out as we proceed. Now let's go and change this because we want it as a real world page. So yeah, we got a background of completely white, so FFF solid white, nothing really special about this. And since actually we need like a header, so as a website or company website that sells services, in this case it sells actually a service of creating a software, either create like websites, application, mobile application, integrated websites or integrated applications for different companies. So yeah, for a landing page for like a real world website or for a company website that want to just like show off and show its services and show it's worth it from a professional grade, well, this look of a designing is actually pretty great if you just like have a header at first. So once the user, once the client, the potential client lands right into your page, he first sees something like something he tracks on, like an image, like like a little bit cover up image with a button that says start off, and you got some motivating text, or the title says, oh, you can join us as from the service. You say you're looking for a software developer or something. Yeah, you got into the right place, and you can start just like a motivation text to potentially grab the attention of the clients. And obviously we need a nav bar, but first let's figure out this. So I'm just going to create another rectangle, just place this in, and it will automatically snap. Not a big deal. And I don't know about the actual width, so it probably, let me just check out the width from here, and I think so, just to make it look a little bit good, I'm gonna go with 1870 for the height. Sorry, not the width. So that's actually the height, and this is actually gonna be the actual back cover, because we are actually gonna use this back cover to like do a back cover for the actual image, just like a little bit fade in image, fades out over from the actual background we're using here. And the image I actually used Unsplash. As you all know, Unsplash is a pretty great place to grab free license photos and pretty well made photos. So I grabbed this like really awesome photo, and I've put all of them actually in the folder from illustrations. I created a logo for it and different pictures. So yeah, for the pictures we got like different profile pictures and the website PNG in here. So this is actually the PNG we're going to be using. Alright, it's actually not, and I totally forgot what I've put it. Perhaps illustrations, not. Logo, clearly not. So all my assets is actually this folder from logo to illustrations and different pictures, and here is actually our pictures of the company team. Just drag and drop it, as simple as that. This is actually one of the features I do really love about Figma. Just simply drag and drop it and you got the point. Now this is actually the picture right over here, and we can just go and like smash it off a little bit. There you go. And of course you can crop it as whoever you want, so you can just go and do like a crop in here, and you can crop it. But for here I'm just gonna do fill, okay, just to make it fill the whole space and just get this dramatic view, and it looks amazing. It depends actually on the image context or the content of the image. So yeah, you got a pretty good damn job about this. So it's actually the background. Now we're gonna just like put that on the bottom. And here for the color, I'm going to be using a dark, kind of like a darkish color here. And I'm just going to decrease the transparency to make it look a little bit better. So there you go, just a little bit darker, I think. There you go. Or just even a bit less transparency. I think it's doing a pretty good damn job in here. Now, yeah, simple as that. We got like a landing, a section. So it's actually the landing section, the top landing section of the page. So where the client exactly or immediately lands in once he gets into your website, company's website. So that's pretty good. So he sees that image, and of course we need to be adding the logo and everything else around here, so behind the scenes. So for doing so, I am let me just gonna like decrease the zoom in here a little bit, so you can pretty much focus on the content in here for you guys. So yeah, I think that would be better for you. Anyhow, I'm not really great at just like centering things out, but anyhow, so we got now here. Let's go and grab the logo. So for logo creation, I generated a logo using Logo Maker, like I don't know, Hatchful, Shopify.com, and you can generate your own. So this is actually the logo I gone with, Figma, and that's it. So pretty simple logo. I already did that, so we're just gonna grab the logo real quick. So we got logo, no brand. I don't need the branding because I am gonna just type in the text there. And yeah, make sure to hold in down shifts when doing that, because you don't want to lose or like the aspect ratio, to just like lock the aspect ratio and keep it maintained right there. So that should be really great. Now we're just going to add the text, which is obviously our color text. So I'm just going to do like the text in here. I'm going to be naming it Figma, and we definitely need to decrease that a little bit. So let me just select the whole text, and I'm going to just like take it all the way down to 40, I think. Okay, we will see about that. Let me just go ahead and choose the right color. So the color, I'm just going to use the color selector in here, and I'm just going to hover there. Okay, so I think this color would do the great. So just like using the same color as the logo to get a matching pattern, and that should be doing a great job. So there you go. We got a pretty good logo centered here, right here, and I'm just gonna select both of these. Okay, I haven't selected the text. There you go. Yeah, a little bit on the top, just a little bit more on the top, and it should do a great job. Now, the actual big part about it here is actually adding some text or some title that could pretty much potentially make the clients and give him some like a push to further dig into the service, know more about the service. He like feels like, oh, I need this kind of service. He just like reads the text and he starts thinking, oh, okay, I need a software. So yeah, this is actually a motivating text, and I got motivated to read more about Figma. What is Figma? I know more about the team, the company itself, and how they work and stuff like that. So yeah, just like a motivational text goes right here. And I'm gonna do like software development from the best in the industry. So yeah, we can go to like I'm just gonna add the text. So yeah, there's actually a shortcut for this in Figma. So here you can just use T for the text, which I like most of the time forget. So software, okay, software development. I'm just checking my designs from my other screen here. Yeah, our designers. Anyway, so and we can have it right here. I don't know, just let me move from black to bold a little bit, or even we can just make it medium. I think it would do a better job in here, like a medium thingy. For increasing the size, okay, we can increase it to 42 or even just 41. Okay, I think it does a better job for the 41, and we can just use that, just duplicate it using Alt, then drag and drop, and from the best in the industry. Okay, we can center that out too, and I think it does a pretty good damn job, just like making it look that way. Yeah, there you go. We got some motivational text. You can probably figure out a little bit much better text than I did, because you know I'm full when looking for text. But anyhow, that's actually doing pretty great. Now let's add a button that's, you know, take the client to register page, to register add their project thingy. So we can do that real quick in there. So I'm just gonna like create a button, real quick button. And there you go. So it's actually the button. And yeah, just gonna use the same color as the logo as I did before. Or you can just choose it from here, I think. Yeah. Or you can just make it a little bit lighter. Okay, cool. Now we can move back into here, add a text. So for text, start your project. Okay, I think that is actually a quite huge text compared to the container itself. Okay, much better, but I need a regular text because it's a button, so we don't want any distraction. We can even just take it smaller and smaller, so yeah, to make it look a little bit better. And let me just add some border radius to the actual button to make it look like more realistic and sharper, less sharper button. And we can go all over here. Yeah, I need a medium thingy, kind of. There you go. I can even go and change the color because it doesn't match with the text, so We can go with the original color, I think. Okay. Alright, I think bold. I think medium will just do the job. Yeah, completely. I'm just gonna resize this a bit, and of course take that a little bit down to 21, because you know it does like look a little bit bigger, and just make it a little bit tidier. And there you go. So that should do the job perfectly. I'm just gonna move this. Okay, I messed up. Add a little bit just right beneath the text, because once the user or client reads the text, he just goes right into it and clicks the button. So make it as close as possible to the actual motivational text in here, and just create some separation between the logo and the actual motivational text, just to make it look a little bit better. And there you go. We got a good cool thing in here. Now, since the actual client gonna just blend right through into this frame, he doesn't see the potentially he won't see actually the actual you know, the other, like the rest of the page all the way down. So he just only sees that, and he finds like a little arrow button here. Once he clicks, he goes all the way down. So yeah, we can go ahead throughout this, and we can make that happen. Why not? So yeah, we're just gonna like create an ellipse. I don't know, ellipse is an O, but anyway, so that should do the job for centered. And we can just go and click the color, and I'm just gonna add some transparency, and we can even make it a little bit, okay. Alright. A little bit lighter. Add even more transparency to it. So we will look, yeah, not that much transparency though. Okay, I think it does a good job right here. Cool, now let's add the arrow icon. I'm going to be using Font Awesome, and of course Figma uses the Font Awesome font. It has a fully integrated Font Awesome integration, so yeah, you can just gonna figure out the Font Awesome code, or you can just copy the glyph and paste it in, and you got it. So you can just head into fontawesome.com cheat sheet, and yeah, there's actually plenty of all of the icons from brandings, regular, and everything. I'm just gonna search for arrow down, so you got angle down, so there it is, and just copy the actual glyph. So just select the glyph, copy it, go right here, use text, type some text, paste the glyph, and just go to the actual text parameters and change the font to Font Awesome. Just Font Awesome, not Font Awesome 5.3 solid, whatever, just Font Awesome. Click enter, and there you go, it has been loaded for us. Just go ahead and change the actual color of the actual icon, which it doesn't want to change, I don't know why. There you go. And you can increase the font as well. There you go. We got, I think it should do the job right now. Okay, it doesn't do the job perfectly, but there you go. It does right now. It's pretty centered, and it looks in a normal size. So cool, you created actually a landing page section where it's pretty stunning, to be honest, from the logo and everything else. So that is actually looking pretty well made. Now we'll just jump, now what we actually need to do is actually create the nav bar where the user can actually interact and see the logo. It's like more professional looking. And of course he can log in if he has already an account, because our company is actually vision into being able to start a project, like create an account and keep track of all of your projects, and also log into your dashboard to see the progress of your projects, if anything happens and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty nasty thing happening in the background there. So we need a navigation bar. So for the navigation bar, create another rectangular, and yeah, just drag and drop it in here. And I'm gonna make it a little bit like 66, I think. Yeah, it would do a better job. Now for the color, it will be pitch black, not completely pitch black, a little bit darker, like middle between the gray and the dark. So I think this is actually a sweet spot. And for that case, because we're actually inside of the home page, and we don't want to just like make the image in here, it doesn't actually, you know, go together with the navigation bar. So the navigation bar will go completely transparent just for that sake, because you know it lives here. Right now I'm not going to be leaving it transparent till I add the logo and stuff like that. Now for the logo, I'm just going to drag and drop this and resize it, of course. It goes all the way. Okay. Now just right click and go to bring it to the front to make it go all the way to the front. I think, okay, let's take it a little bit larger. I think it does. Okay. All right. Yeah, there you go. Just a little bit of padding from the actual left, and yeah, pretty good. And also B main here, I'm just gonna drag and drop it again. So drag and dropping is pretty great, and bring it to front just to bring it in front of all the layers. And definitely we need to just like take it all the way down to 23 and make sure to change the font weight from that to medium. I think it will do a job. And of course change the color to white, because you know white works with the black really great. So yeah, you create this kind of contrast thing and just like take it closer to the logo, and it would do a great job. I'm thinking about the logo. I don't know. I can't think. Just taking it both a little bit down will do a better job actually. So in that perspective, I think taking them even a little bit down, it would just make it look better. Cool. Now let's add like another button. So the same button here should go. Well, let's see. So yeah, so it's like the same thing in here. Just drag and drop it again, bring it all the way to the front, and for that case we need to actually minimize that. Okay, so of course take the text a little bit smaller again. I'm just going to change the size again a bit. Alright, I think as far as I can tell, it looks better. Let me just zoom in a bit, and yeah, there you go. Pretty cool. I'm just going to change the text like to get started. Get started now. And I don't know, just like a little bit sexier text. And I'm just going to take this container and just resize it a little bit because it looks a bit bigger, and yeah, hallelujah, it looks better. It does, 100% better. Cool. Now we'll just take this to the left a little bit, and obviously we're just gonna have the text. So the same text goes in B main here. Just gonna, you know, drag and drop it again, duplicate this, and make this go as log in. But the actual thing, we're just gonna resize this a little bit more. So we take it a little bit down, as I said, and yeah, change the actual text weight into regular, because you know it looks a little bit more regular than it is. And yeah, hallelujah, it looks better right now, way much better. I think it works, but the login is still a little bit bigger, so still gonna be resizing this. Even though this one is actually a little bit bigger, way much bigger though. Just gonna take down the text a bit, like 14, and this one still needs to be taken and resized down. There you go. So it looks better now. It does like 100% better, and yeah, it's just, you know, every designer should actually center his divs and everything, so yeah, that actually happens to all of us. Not a big deal though, we got a dilemma. But yeah, so we got the first section actually working fine and pretty well made up and pretty well made designed. Now, as I said, we need to like decrease the opacity of this, so just there you go. You got it right. Now it looks way much better than it just like with a solid color. But on other pages, if you're, for example, the about or the register page or login page, you definitely need to bring the contrast in there and make it black again, because it's just like for this case scenario, not a big deal. Okay, now let's just go ahead and develop what's the rest of the design. I know we took in a lot of time for developing the top, but I'm pretty sure the rest won't take that much of time, to be honest. So right now I'm going to be using a couple of illustrations I got from like manypixels.com. So a website offering free illustrations and graphics. You can check that out. And yeah, this is actually really cool illustrations looking like. And just for like showing our services, what we do and how things actually goes in the company, what our responsibilities and what we ensure. So like the features of our company over other companies and stuff like that, or what we do our best. Actually showing them in illustrations is way much better, just like, you know, just type in text, because illustrations can potentially grab the attention of the client and make him like, you know, interested in reading what's going on there, and just like looking into the illustration will make it look good, especially if the illustration goes exactly into the point they are actually looking for. So it can do a huge difference for your, like, you know, website design. But yeah, I'm just gonna add a text. I'm just gonna create the text tool in here. Yeah, I'm gonna just do like best quality software, and obviously you need to decrease that a lot, which, yeah, sometimes it happens for me whenever I create the text, but there you go. So best quality software, I think this would do the job, making it bold or even black. I don't know, black, it doesn't really make that sense. So a boldy thingy will do the job. So best quality software, just dropping it a little bit down here would do the job perfectly, to be honest. So yeah, there you go. You can even make it medium, but yeah, I think black or bold will do the job perfectly in that case. Now let's add the illustrations in here, just like, you know, sometimes the illustration goes left, some of the others goes right, and vice versa. So I'm gonna grab the first one, which like the website design or like building blocks of our application stuff. So yeah, it looks huge, so you need to resize all of that. Let's grab it again. Yeah, make sure to hold down shift always when resizing your illustrations and SVGs. There you go. Okay, so we can make it go right here with some text, and I'm just gonna, like, you know, duplicate this as I always do. But anyhow, so here we go, like fully integrated. So fully integrated services, and yeah, just gonna change this to medium, or even I think regular would do a better job. Just, you know, resizing this. So fully integrated service. Just gonna of course duplicate this again, but I'm just gonna change the color a little bit to more grayish color, because, you know, it's more readable in the gray. It looks like, you know, just like decreases the contrast between the title, the illustration, and the actual context. So that is actually a good practice to do always on your website. And decreasing it like this, I think light, no, not really. For the fully integrated service, I think medium will do a better job in that case. So, alright, I don't know. I'm just like fully unaware of what to do there. But anyhow, okay, that doesn't still looking pretty horrible. Okay, I think we can make this here, and we can take to, not really. Yeah, I think regular is better. So whatsoever, and we can make the text just goes right into the system. And yeah, so I think we can just do the text like we build and deliver fully integrated web apps with customized control panels. I'm just like reading the text from my, you know, other screen in here, and yeah, bits your company needs. Just like a motivating text or whatsoever, just do the job. And let me just resize that a bit. Can even resize that a bit more. Yeah, So it looks a little bit more of kind of flimsy or something. Yeah, we can just increase the size of this illustration. Obviously we can increase that of that, as well as this. Alright, yeah, looking way much better though. Let me just gonna make it a little bit like this, and just, you know, don't add or over add the spacing between the actual title and the context, and yeah, it should do the job. So from a further view, yeah, it looks pretty good. Not a big deal of an issue, but yeah, okay, it does the job. We can obviously increase that a little bit as well, just to make it look a bit bigger and cover up the page, because yeah, you don't want your page to look like a little bit flimsy, and it doesn't make that sense. So we got the fully integrated service, and just gonna copy this really quick. We can go ahead and group this, because, you know, grouping it will make it a little bit better for us later on once we're developing. So like fully integrated. I'm just going to duplicate this again. I'm not going to be adding that much of distance between, but yeah, I'm just going to grab the other thingy. So I'm just going to delete this, grab this all the way to the right, because yeah, just doing this reverse design thing will make it a little bit more interesting and better looking, of course. So the second thing I'm going to be adding is actually like mobile optimized. So we do like mobile first applications, and we focus a lot on mobile development. So yeah, it can be a great kind of a manner thingy. So you just grab this again. There you go. So just right below that, it will do a completely good job. And I don't know, we can copy text in here. And for actually both of the text, to compare to that, I don't know, it looks a little bit smaller than it actually is. So I'm just going to increase that a bit. I don't know. Okay, I think this way it looks better. I can even go and increase that as well. Just mobile optimized thing. Center it. And the same goes for here. So just increasing that again. The same goes for this one. Okay, we should just select it first, and there you go. Just a little bit of spacing will do the job. Yeah, and we already got a really great looking design just by doing this reverse thingy. Illustrations, and good illustrations will always do a good job on that. Now, yeah, we just add the last illustration, like the third one. So it's going to be the same thing in here. Of course, there you go. I think this one will do the job. And yeah, just take this a little bit down to give it a little bit of space in between these illustrations, or this like features section. And for this one, I'm not actually doing any. Yeah, just a little bit bigger, because you know it's a heading title, so it needs to be bigger to grab the attention of the client. There you go. Super cool. Now let's change this one for the last time. And yeah, so we got the illustration done in here, but still, I don't know, I feel like the text is a bit smaller, so I definitely need to take it up a lot just to make it stand out, and as well as this one. So I'm just going to select for all of these, select this one, select, okay, select this one and select this one, and I'm just going to take them all the way up for a reason. As well, I'm just going to make this goes a bit bigger. Yeah, just increase the width. Make it okay. Just they take that a little bit to the left, as well as this one. And the same goes in here. So I think this way look way much better. Just take this a little bit to the up. And there you go. Now actually the illustrations and the text like right to next to it and beneath it, it looks better. I also added some spacing, so yeah, it's pretty optimized and it looks like more generic and better looking actually. Now the second section we need actually to be able to add is simply the client reviews, like companies reviewing or CEOs reviewing our company, saying like a couple of words on Twitter or something, or just like quoting what other people are saying about company. It's actually always a great and bold thing to do on your website, because it just like grabs more attention, more authenticity to the content you're providing, to the service you're providing. So it lets clients like more towards going with your service when reading this kind of reviews, especially if you are really positive reviews and it did like a really good impact on other clients and other people. So yeah, it's just like really great to add that, and we're actually going to be adding this into here using a good design here. So I'm just going to go and design this using a rectangular. So I'm just going to grab a rectangular, and I totally forgot about adding the first thing, which is adding the title first. So I'm just going to simply duplicate that as I always do, and instead of just making it or leaving it a little bit bigger as this, just make it a little bit down. Okay, I don't think medium will do the job, so just leaving it bold will do a great job. And yeah, I'm just going to take that as well down a bit, as well as this one. So yeah, it should do actually a great job depending on that. So it's actually the card here, it shows the actual review of a specific person, so it should do a better job. In that case, I don't know, just make it a little bit smaller, as well as this, just a tiny bit smaller. Cool. Now just duplicate this, because okay, I'm not gonna be duplicating it right now, because yeah, once I finish designing one, I will duplicate it eventually. So go to effects, I'm gonna add some shadow effects, and I'm just gonna remove this Y thingy. I'm increasing the blur just to make it stand out, and it should definitely look way much better. There you go. Of course, I'm just going to be adding this to make it about 6 or something, or even 5. I think 5 would do a job. And as well as the I think it's way much better right now. So for adding this kind of things, I'm going to be using some icons. So I'm going to be using a quote icon to represent a little bit more of what's going on. So again, I'm going to be using font awesome. I'm going to be using quote, and I'm going to do, I think quote right or quote left would do a good job for this. So I'm just going to use a text, paste the quotes, and again, I'm going to be using font awesome again. There you go. I'm just going to change the color, the fill color here, to a little bit kind of a gray. Okay. Oh, it doesn't work. But I think this way it's way much better. Just increasing a little bit of the size. And I'm going to be putting it all the way up, right here. Super natural and super nice. I'm just going to add the text right here, and of course I'm going to be adding some horizontal line to separate things. So where is the line? There we go. Here is actually the lining thingy, and I'm just going to include it right here, and I just decrease the color of the line. Yeah, the authenticity of that, make it look a little bit better. Okay, way much cooler. And I'm just going to use in some actually pictures of people, or the actual people who made these decisions or made these kind of things. Well, I'm actually just going to be just drawing some ellipse first, then I use this image for the ellipse again. So I think it's better there at that point. So just having this guy here, just sitting down there, nothing of a big deal. And instead of filling here, instead of like solid, I'm just going to use an image, and I'm going to choose an image for this one. So it's going to be this guy, hopefully. Yeah, he's actually looking a really good guy. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's add some name for that guy, like John Connor or something. I don't know. I'm bad at choosing fake names, but this should do the job. I think that way would do the job again. I'm not going to be using this. I'm going to use Roboto font thingy. I'm just going to decrease a little bit of the text to here. And yeah, it looks better, actually. Alright, so that is actually John Connor who made that. I don't know, whatever it is. I haven't just put the text. Let me just go and put the text real quick. Now, just like, I don't know, I just put some text in here just for showing the authenticity of our service, and now I'm making it a little bit grayish thingy, just, you know, take the contrast down. Not too much gray because it's actually the context, so we need to show that text to the clients, make it a little bit more readable. And as well, I'm just going to increase the line sizing or the line spacing between these text lines. So we want it a little bit, not too much. Just increase that as well. A little spacing, and as well increase the font size definitely, because it is needed to make it a little bit more readable. And there you go. We got a really good like a card for showing what other people are saying. And of course, we show who actually did say that, if it's actually like Steve Jobs or something. Well, just group that out just to make it a single group of its own. So just adding this, adding the image, the line, and right click and group selection. And I'm just gonna click review 1. Just make sure to name it. I'm just gonna duplicate this and add another review, apparently. So I'm just gonna change the image of the guy, and just only that. Okay, so for the image, just choose another image. I'm gonna using this girl's picture. Okay, it looks better. I don't know. Let's just like go ahead and okay, began burger. All right. I don't know, just a simple name. And here, of course, you can do all of that. What I can as well do, which is way much better, make like more reviews, like add a lot of reviews in here, make them in like a collapsible thingy where they just like, you know, a slideshow where they just like move. So like a carousel thing component, so they can like every single, I don't know, 10 seconds or something, they just like automatically move, so the clients can see potentially other reviews and just like, you know, read more reviews, or they can automatically or just like select where to go, what page, and you can do that. So just like we can add some ellipses in here, just little tiny things. Let me just zoom in, and I can't even, okay, so there you go. Yeah, I messed up for creating the ellipses pretty much. So just hold down Shift. I think this will do the job perfectly for us. And I'm just gonna duplicate all of these. Again, 5, 5. And I'm gonna be making all of these, just this one. Okay, I'm gonna make all of these just like a lighter color, which indicates they are not active. Only that, so just like a little bit kind of a grayish thingy. I think that will do the job perfectly. Okay, just select all of these. Alright, let me just zoom in again. So cool. And let's group that as well. So just like do pagination. Okay, cool now. Super cool. So they can just move using these ellipses, and they can do plenty of things. And we got the reviews like here. And I totally forgot about changing the name, so just do like what others are saying about us. And I'm just going to take about us right down and make it centered. And I think it does already. Let me just create some space in between this and that. And yeah, so yeah, it looks better indeed. Okay, I think increasing the font size, yeah, because I just wanted to make sure it looks the same as well as this one. I don't know about the font size in here, 38, in here is actually 38. Yeah, pretty cool. So we did pretty good damn job about this. We created illustrations, what other people are saying about you, so you always need to make sure that, and just create some space in between this and that. So I'm just going to select this, select that, and select this ones. And I'm just going to create some spacing. Okay, I totally missed out. I just select again. There you go, and create some space in between this and the illustrations on top, just to make it stand out. And the last thing I'm going to be adding is actually more about the company. So what is Figma and why you should trust Figma and what other people, just like a foundational text or just a description explaining what is Figma and what you should pretty much trust Figma. It's always really good to add about me, either for a portfolio, for other websites, especially in services websites. A lot of people intend just to get into the first web page and doesn't even understand what the service does. Even though you just like writing software development from the best industry, even you telling all this description, some people intend to skip all of these, go right down to the footer just to read what is exactly in just like a nutshell. So just so you can explain what is this service, like what is Figma, in just like a couple of lines of text, just telling them what is actually Figma and why they should use Figma if they would ever be interested in Figma at the first place. So yeah, this is actually going to be added in here and using some kind of like a cool illustration showing just like a little bit more about Figma. It could do a great job on that particular case. So of course, let's just go ahead and like duplicate the title again, and I'm just going to take it a little bit down here. Okay, I think that's better. And I want to just change the text weight, so I'm just going to select all the text. Yeah, for some reason. Okay, just go and change it to medium, and I think it looks a little bit better off a title. So rather than we be using just like bold, it looks a little bit shavy. And yeah, never mind. I was going to add some text in here. I'm just going to copy the same thing in here. So I'm going to duplicate it because I'm going to be using this kind of like a little bit grayish kind of text to explain what is actually Figma. So I'm just going to take this a little bit down, and I'm going to add some illustrations. So I already got some illustrations inside of like illustrations folder, and I got this rocket launch thingy, which I don't know, for some reason it just like explains, or it gives this point of something to launch. Of course, Figma is about software development, like launching a software or launching your first startup or just getting started with your first project. So yeah, with Figma you can do that and you can make that possible. So that is actually a great illustration to do in that case. And it can make a lot of difference, and it can just like people look into the illustration, or they can just say they launch something, they've got the potential to just get started with something. This is actually the text we're going to be adding. So let's type some silly text about what is actually about Figma. So I just like tried to type some text in here more about Figma, and yeah, I'm going to decrease the font size because I think it's a little bit bigger than it should. So, and here I'm going to increase the illustration size just to make that the illustration looks a little bit bigger than the actual text. So that makes it like the text contained inside of the illustration, which is a good practice always to do. Like linked text with illustration is actually a good point for like users to fully understand the relationship between that illustration and the text you're actually putting alongside of it. So yeah, it could do a good job from that perspective right away. So yeah, we got this perspectively good, I think. I'm just going to change this and make it a little bit darker because, for an about thing, you would make dark text instead of just like a little bit grayish. So a little bit more darker would do the job. and make this right into the center where people can actually read more about it. Effects, I'm just going to take it still a little bit down, and I don't know, for some reason this one looks a little bit silly. Still don't actually know why, but okay, so I think here we should making this, yeah, just making the text go all the way left, like, you know, the alignment of the text to the left will make it look better. And we can just take this a little bit up, just to make things centered a bit. Okay, that is pretty great. So far as I can tell, it looks better. Yeah, it does indeed. It looks way much better. It says about this and what is happening. Alright, I think I took, okay, my bad. And there you go right now. So we got this actually, the illustration goes right with the text. So that is a pretty great you know, solution for this. And yeah, so yeah, I fixed just right this and made the text go back again. So it's not a big deal though. So we got everything looking normal again, and the about text actually pretty great. And lastly, of course, what's left for us in this elegant and cool page is actually adding the footer. So footer is always a memorable thing, and make sure to make it like a little bit unique as well as simple as possible. So yeah, just gonna create this footer right here without this issue. So I'm just gonna go ahead and create a rectangular and make it a little bit higher like this. Okay, this height. Just drag and drop it, and for that particular case I'm just going to make it a little bit black. So I'm going to use the black color we used both for the same actual navigation bar, just to have this same colorful thing about this, or the same theme of colors in a blacky thing. So yeah, it can do a great job in the particular case. So right now I'm going to just like not only make a normal footer, by the way, so I'm making the footer a little bit more elegant just by adding like the top line of the actual footer in here. Just make it a little bit more like an arc, so it just like bounces a little bit. So you can create like an arc, so just to make it I don't know, like a little bit rounded from the top, so it looks way much better for that design. So just like triple click on this to grab the actual vector thingy in here. And once you get into here, you click Control to actually being able to control the actual, you know, sightness and thing, and as well hold out Shift to get this Arctic thing. And I think we are actually, I don't know, I think this is actually a good job. I don't know, I can't. Alright, so it looks better. It looks way much better, and better than just like flatty thing, straight thing, arctic thing, or like more of a radiatic thing. It looks way much better right now. And let's add the logo in here, right in the bottom, the same as we here. So just gonna duplicate it again, go all the way down. So yeah, just be a little bit speedy, and grab it all the way to the front, just for people to see it. And I'm just gonna center this as well. So there you go, we got Figma again. I'm gonna just like have some space in, or just the same thing in here goes. And then just take it all the way a bit up. Okay, cool. Let's add some text as well as some like motivational text, says more about the company, what we do, or like something special about the company. So we're just gonna duplicate the same text in here, just to have the same, you know, layout, the font size and the width and everything. So bring it to the front again. Just gonna take it a little bit down. I'm gonna change this to regular. I'm just gonna do like, just say the magical word, and we will do the rest. And this is actually, I think it's a good word to include, I don't know, at some point. And I'm just gonna increase this as well. I'm gonna increase the line height to make it a little bit of separate. Of course you can create separate things, but not really liking that. I'm just gonna make it this way. And as well I'm gonna increase this just a tiny bit to make it look I don't know, let's make it a little bit tidier. I'm not gonna be increasing this up, by the way, and I'm still gonna be increasing a little bit of the font size. I think this way looks way much better. So, for that perspective, so I'm gonna include this here. I'm still gonna just take that all the way up. Okay, I think it's way much better, and I'm gonna be using the same button in here. So just like start your project, just gonna be using it because sometimes people go right all the way to the footer just to find that out, and they can even read that word of like find your magical thingy, and they can just like, I don't know, for some reason decide to click on that button. So yeah, it's always to do something like this. Actually great. Make sure to bring it to the front, and there you go. So start your projects. We've got the same colors, same stuff happening right down to the footer. I think for the footer I'm just gonna decrease a little bit of the logo size. So yeah, just like that way as well. I'm just gonna decrease that. Same thing happens. So 44. This one, and for Figma as well I'm gonna be decreasing it. So just like 2 or 3 will do a better job. And there you go. So I think right now it looks better. And there you go. Alright. Okay, cool. Now let's add some separation line to, like, you know, we add this line, we can add some like social media, and right at the bottom all rights reserved as any other website, of course. So you have to make sure that rights are reserved and you're actually insisting on that. So I'm just gonna add this right here. I'm gonna be centering it. Still just gonna make it a little bit. Alright, cool. Change it to the white, all the way white. Yeah, I think I can do a good job here. And I'll just try to add some, like, you know, links to like privacy policy in terms of services and so on and so forth. So just like type in some text like privacy and make it white. I'm pretty sure it's quite huge. Just taking it all the way down to something like 19, I think, or 18 will do the job. Especially the regular. I think thin would don't actually do any difference. So yeah, so privacy policy. Okay, it goes a little bit to the right, and just beneath that text, or that particular horizontal line. Okay, so I think we should be able to like do the same for like terms of service. And lastly, I'm going to be just using or doing contacts. Okay, I'm just going to add some space into this. Alright. Super nice. I think it does a good job right now. Now let's add some like our social media links for Twitter or LinkedIn or something. I'm going to be using the same font awesome cheat sheets in here, so as always, but this time I'm only going to be doing this because I'm going to be using the brand section for doing that. So I don't know what's going on with the internet connection right here, taking forever, but I'm going to just search for Twitter Square. I'm just going to copy the icon real quick, go here, put the text and put font awesome, and make sure it goes, I don't know, make sure it goes all the way to that. Alright, so I'll just put the same perspective, make it like bigger. think it's better now. And I think I have to like take all of these a little bit closer to the line so we can have this vibe thing. I'm just gonna do that same thing. I'm just gonna use I'm gonna include LinkedIn. So there's LinkedIn. There you go. I'm just using this icon because it's much simpler and it looks better. So simplicity is always key. And I'm gonna just increasing the Twitter's things because I don't know, for some reason the LinkedIn with 23 pixels in the font size is like bigger. But yeah, and as well for this one, for the context, I'm just gonna take them a little bit smaller and just make them go all the way here. So this one is the same. So as well as the context. There you go. And the last thing I'm going to be actually including is terms of service. So I'm just going to do like 2020. So 2020. Alright, I can't actually even type 2020. So all rights reserved. And I'm going to use the copyright thing. So I'm just going to search in here copyright icon. I think it doesn't even exist in here. So I need to go ahead and search for HTML copyright thingy to copy paste it. And there you go. So after copy pasting the copyright sign, so we got this really awesome looking footer. But the footer, I don't know, for some reason it looks a little bit bigger. So I'm just gonna make it a bit smaller, to be honest, and bring everything down, just for sake of simplicity. I'm just gonna bring it all the way down here, just a little bit more. And yeah, there you go. So we got our design actually finished in 1 hour. So looking pretty great. And as far as I can see, the design looks pretty great, from the navigation bar, links, everything to you know, the illustrations we use. So always using good illustrations in your website design, especially in this like landing pages kind of websites, it looks way much better. And of course, once we go ahead and create this website, like turn it into a real world website using React in the next video tutorial, well, we're going to be doing actually at every section website. So we're going to have like smooth scrolling. Most like we click on that button, we get smooth scrolling to the illustrations, and each section has so illustration section, and we got this like what others says about this section, and the about us section, and so on and so forth. So yeah, we're going to be doing this in the next video tutorial, hopefully, for making or turning this website design into a real world website using React and so many other things like style components and CSS and Sass and stuff like that. So we're going to be using it in the next video tutorial. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video tutorial as always. And yeah, so just like, if you like this video tutorials about design and stuff like that, using Figma and stuff, so make sure to tell me in the comments. I'll be very happy to make you more video tutorials actually, guys, like this one and this particular tutorial. So hopefully you like this challenge, especially if you like more challenges, like, you know, we got some website to make in 1 hour, so we have to do this challenge or something. So if you like this type of like challenge videos kind of thing, yeah, let me know in the comments. I'll be very happy to make more videos like this because I love challenges. I love solving this kind of video challenges thingy where we just like sit down and try to complete something before the time runs out. Even though we just like lost some couple of minutes, but yeah, just like, you know, always happens, we are humans. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video tutorial as always. So see you guys in the next one.